Alright, I need to mule off. Normal. So the 127.0.0.1 is just the IP address that points a computer at itself. So I'm not telling you my IP address. When looking at a local area network, your computer will also identify as 127.0.0.1. Okay. SOJ. We'll drop the skulls as well. Alright, good. And I'll go ahead and highlight the items here. Nothing has changed in the last several videos with my gear. And now I will do the Souls Ritual twice and farm some rings. Or if no rings drop, then I'll farm whatever drops. Boots, I guess. So yesterday I did the live stream, so I did not make an additional video. And let's see, oh yeah, I did shopping, and I found my first +6 hurricane pelt. So there's a 1 in 3 chance that Larza will give me 3 sockets. So at some point I'll have to do some rushing so I can get some socket quest available. And I plan to do the rushing in version 1.0. But I'm not sure which quests are required and what things I have to do to achieve those quests. I know, for example, that Act 3 I can just take the town portal. Okay, that was 3 monster types. And jump through the portal to Act 4 without completing any quests. But if I'm rushing in Classic, then I probably would go ahead and do the Gidbin to get the rare rings. And they have a preset item level unrelated to your character level. I think it's like 15. But I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, okay. I'm counting 3 types of monster spawns. And then once I see 3 monster spawns, then I know whether or not there will be souls. Because there's only 3 types of monsters that spawn in a zone. At least in Act 4, that's true. A unique monster can spawn as different than one of the 3 monsters. So that way you could get a 4th type. Also, these guys, Trap Souls, don't count as part of that 3. If I don't get souls in one or two more tries, then I will re-roll the map. I'm not going to keep trying the same map forever. If it doesn't want to give me souls, then I'll move on.
I can't.
So that's 3. Alright, one more try. Then I'll switch maps. Let's run a different way. Whoops. Okay. The map is not cooperating, so I will try again. I need the souls to get the infinite magic find. I am currently doing laundry. I was thinking about doing a live stream, but I decided that I didn't really want to play for 2 or 3 hours. So I started laundry and doing a video while that's going instead. And I'll just do one clear. If I can even get souls to spawn. Maybe I'll just try to spawn souls for 20 minutes and then give up. That would be anticlimactic.
Impossible.
That is not going well. There's one. 10 minutes before I see souls. It's not great. And then there's way too many of them, of course. And I need to run over here and kill wherever that flesh spawner is. What are y'all doing? Oh, hey, they're doing the right one. I got some poison ivy on my arms, so it itches. It's just kind of annoying. It's not awful. It's not like I'm not wildly allergic or anything. It's just annoying. Because I was picking weeds the other day and I saw some and was like, that's probably poison ivy. And so then I picked it. And turned out it was, in fact, poison ivy. And normally I drink a half gallon of milk every day, but today I chose not to. I just had a piece of cheese and some cottage cheese instead. And for my dairy, not that I'm intentionally trying to eat dairy every day, I just do the milk because it's easy. And relatively inexpensive. I need to buy some town portal scrolls.
What do you need?
Greetings.
Alright, that was quick. Hopefully they think there's 4 of them and not 5. Good. Then I think after I do this, I'm going to go ahead and count some cards. I'm going to try to be doing, since selling cards is no longer my only income, but I do still want to sell some to get a little extra money. I think I'm just going to have the goal of making 1 sale per month, which is not a lot. It's like barely anything, but it would cover a couple of bills probably, and let me have a bit more leeway with how much money I have available. So some days, I try most days to spend, 30 minutes or so on Diablo 2. And so then some days I can spend 20 to 30 minutes on cards as well, which I sell on eBay. Let's see, I might. This is going to be brief. Pictures. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. This one. Okay, and then sort by age. Okay, there's nothing ridiculously old. Sort by size. That's not it. No. It might be this. Yeah, there it is. There we go. I'm about to show you what used to be my card collection. So this is how many cards I had. There's about 125,000 cards here. The total collection weighed 525 pounds, including the boxes that they were in. These are Star Wars CCG. This stack right here was Japanese cards. Everything else was English language. I had already sold a little bit at this point, but probably no more than like one little box. Some of these, like this stack over here, these aren't full of cards. This is mostly like paraphernalia. So boxes or sealed cases and stuff like that. And then everything, the rest of all of this is loose cards, either in sleeves or not. Probably at least half of it, maybe more, was worth like less than 1 cent per card, and so a lot of it, when I was sorting, ended up just going straight into the trash. But of course, a lot of it also did not go straight into the trash. And some of the cards, there's probably dozens or more cards worth like at least $100 each. Nothing super crazy. No, it's not like old Magic the Gathering or anything. But that was my card collection, and most of it's gone now. I have, like from that picture, I probably have like the amount that I showed as being Japanese cards, I have less than that left. So, and that picture was from like 5 years ago or something. Maybe longer. Let's see. No, it was about 5 years ago. I almost saved and exited. That would have been rough. Without doing the Arcane Sanctuary. So when I mentioned the cards that I sell on eBay, that picture is kind of how it started. I had some uncut sheets in there as well, but the mailing tubes are not in that picture. And I had some of the ones I had were pretty interesting, like exotic. I had an uncut sheet where the whole sheet was misprinted. In the English language, I had one full print run, so one copy of every non-misprint English language card. So that was pretty neat, but and of course duplicates of a lot, but there were several cards that I only had the one copy of, particularly Coruscant AI, and probably Theed Patlas AI, as well as some of the foil cards. I would have only had one copy. Most of the tournament foils, I only had one copy. And by the time I took that picture, I had already sold the tournament foils. Or most of them. I had like 3 left. But yeah, that picture, those boxes is what I talk about when I'm talking about counting and selling cards. Like I said, it's mostly done. There's not much left. But if I sell like one thing a month, get a couple $100 in extra, then I'll be able to invest a bit more. Because right now it's pretty slim. It would also mean I don't have to worry quite so much about how much I spend on food. So if I want to buy a steak once in a while, then I could, without being like, oh, this is expensive. I could buy a steak and be like, oh, I'm treating myself. Alright, that's a SOJ. So I will, not at the end of this video, but at the beginning of the next video probably, in this series, I'll be muling off to get rid of that SOJ. I think I have like 35 to 40 SOJ now from doing this. And I don't have D2R and I don't play with Pluggy, so using them to farm Annihilus isn't really a thing for me. I'll probably just use them for the rare reroll recipe and do either diadems or 1.08 jewels.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, I think those are probably the most likely candidates for items that I would try to rare reroll. Alright, I'll just go to town. Identify some of this stuff. Let's put the rings away.
Stay a while and listen.
It's 7-3. Okay, I need to gamble.
Welcome to the
Show me
Desert
some
Rain.
jewelry, please. Oh yeah, I have to leave town. Huh,
What you need?
forgot about that.
Good day. Hello. Welcome to the
I don't really
Desert
want
Rain.
amulets. What I want is rings. Because I'm not a high enough level to gamble +2 to class skills amulets.
Welcome to the Desert Rain.
And maybe I'll use that picture of my, what was formerly my card collection as the thumbnail, but maybe not. Probably not. I slept in today pretty late. I got out of bed at 2 p.m. I went to sleep at about 9 p.m. So let's see, 14, 16 hours that I was in bed, and most of it was asleep. Probably 15 hours of sleep. And I think I said yesterday, things are going to get worse before they get better with regards to how much time I'm spending out of the house during the weekdays and Saturdays. But at least, you know, I did one a couple weeks ago where I slept all day and then, like literally all I did was eat and sleep. And fortunately, I think because I'm in better shape and like my body is more accustomed to the work, I'm not quite at that point, even though I'm working more now than I was then. But it's too much. I feel like that hat I just sold was decent, but nothing really jumped out as being really good on it. Fastest cast rate, but no mana after kill. I pick up rods looking for fastest cast rate with mana after each kill for use for a sorceress. I think if I end up rushing in Classic, uh, then I would want the rusher to probably be a sorceress. Or at least one of the rushers to be a sorceress. And use like static field and either frozen orb or maybe Hydra, something like that. Tough to say. I haven't really played Sorceress in this version or any version of Classic. So I don't really know what's going to be the best skill. But the main thing is I want someone who can teleport, you know, which has to be the Sorceress, and then I want someone who can easily clear Chaos Sanctuary without having to worry about Iron Maiden and lag. So it would either be a sorceress or a multi-shot Amazon to do Chaos Sanctuary. You could, in theory, do a Hammered In as well. I don't really want to do that. Especially without teleport. I think the sorceress with static field or static shock or whatever it's called is a good candidate. So 2 more rings. I think that means I found 3 rare rings. Yeah, and a SOJ. So not bad for a run. Took almost a half hour because I couldn't find a map with souls on it.
Good day.
Oh, I need to actually gamble. Okay.
Hello.
So I'll gamble boots and belts as well as rings.
Welcome to the
I'll
Desert
probably
Rain.
skip amulets. Simply because I can't get +2 at this character level. Boots.
What you need?
And boots and belts are for gold find options. Potentially magic find boots.
Welcome to the
And you
desert
could, in
race.
theory, get quad res. Like fire, poison, lightning, and cold. Because
day.
poison resistance is a suffix.
Hi there.
And each single resist can be up to 49. So that's it. It's too bad it took so long to get started, but it is what it is.